Brad Holmes doesn't pick players, he sets traps, and tonight the Gray Mains are stepping into the war room with a live AI mock draft, and trades are now on the table. Who are we targeting? Who's getting fleeced? Let's find out. This is Trade Bait and Checkmate. Forward down the field.
Busted outside left. Jameer down to the 10. Jameer to the 5. Jameer to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Hand off Berry. Skirts to the left side. Breaks the tackle. And he will take it in. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions. That's what I'm talking about. It is caught. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Oh, baby, what a play that time. Aiden Hutchinson read that and blew it up. Big time stand by that defense.
Yeah, baby, it is draft season. We're a little over a week away from the 2026 NFL draft. And for Lions fans, it used to feel like Christmas, right? Because hope springs eternal when the draft's coming, and all of a sudden we have a million new players, and we don't have to go 5-12 every year. But it's not that way anymore for Lions fans. It's time to get excited, and we'll be doing live streams from the War Room in Phoenix City, Alabama. Next week, 3 shows next week live, so that's something to be looking forward to. But we thought tonight, last week we did a mock draft and we just kind of went through the first round. We sort of did a consensus pick on the pick for the Lions. This week's a little bit different, and it'll be really interesting to see how things play out. But before we go into that, I'm going to introduce the gentleman on our screen. I'm going to go clockwise. Dan Keener, Brent Kreider, and Mike Terry visible this evening. He's normally in the background dialing up all of the data for us so that we don't look like complete idiots. Mike Terry, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you on, sir.
Happy to be here.
Let's
go.
Right, let's go. DBC, are you ready for the infiltration of the Gray Mains in the war in DBC headquarters in the War Room in Phoenix City? You're muted, my friend.
Oh dear Lord, he did what I did.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get this mock draft going, and then next week, we are going to be live from the Kreider Casa here, and it's going to be a blast, guys.
Absolutely.
So I have a quick question, because I know one of y'all's in Georgia and one's in Alabama. Where was Deliverance filmed?
I thought that was Mississippi, wasn't it?
West Virginia or Mississippi.
Arkansas.
It wasn't here.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
We don't claim them. You're not going to hear a ding 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 ding. You're not going to hear any of that at any time. Outstanding question. Dan Keener, this is the season where I think we all met. We all met on a draft chat and an email, and it just was just pouring through all of these players and seeing, and loving ball and, being a part of the drafts and then seeing those turn into Lions. And it's just a fun time. NFL season just doesn't seem to end. And I know it's considered off season, but here we are. We are stoked to be a part of this. And guys, I think we've got a full slate tonight going through the draft. Folks, if you're joining us live, we see there's a number of people that are joining us live on all the tubes, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X. Hit us up in the chat, and if you've got any comments, you got whoever you guys think we should pick. We're going to be doing considering trade offers. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff, and I'm going to be turning it over to these masterminds and letting them beat each other up for the picks. But before we go into that, as we always do, we're going to roll to Dan Keener with our rundown.
All right, welcome to the rundown. Well, right off the bat, we're gonna start off with something I just kind of noticed. Every week I post all the mock drafts that I see that pop up, and there's been a noticeable shift away from Caden Proctor to the Lions at 17, and more. I'm seeing Vega Ione, the big offensive guard from Penn State, who is gracing our screen right now, as well as in the last 24 hours, there's been a handful of Blake Millers that have popped up. So it did some research on them each and kind of looked at Miller versus Ione and looked at Miller versus Taylor Decker. And I can actually see this Blake Miller thing.
Yeah.
He looks like he is a Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes type of kid. He's more athletic than Taylor Decker was coming out, and he played a lot more games in college than Decker ever did. So we'll see. Maybe we'll be debating him this afternoon. And then the next thing on our list is our buddy Justin Rogers over at DetroitFootball.net. He's got his own setup there. I encourage you to go visit him. He used to write for the M Live and then Detroit News. He is an outstanding beat writer for the Lions, and I wish him the well and all the best. So please support him if you can. But he did a nice interview with Taylor Decker out at his home in Arizona. And one of the things that Decker told him is that he kind of said he would feel dirty if he played for the Packers or the Bears. Now, he didn't mention the Vikings, but I'm sure didn't need to mention the Vikings. We know they're dirty. So, but, again, there's some potential hope out there that Decker may be back. His number hasn't been given away after the draft. If we don't get who we want, if he's healed up, he could be another year with the Lions and have him back at left tackle for one more season.
He's not doing a good job recruiting for himself, talking bad about these other teams, is he?
No, I mean I know he lives. I think he lives in Arizona in the off season, but if he wants to be in this Midwest, he's kind of leaving himself open to Cleveland and maybe Buffalo around the Great Lakes. So not too many options.
All right, this one that you got on the list here. This this is a picture that paints 1,000 words. And before we leave that image on our screen,
it's not Jake Bates humping the field, by the way.
He looks a lot like Jake Bates too. I know they probably get mistaken for each other at times.
Well, Jake Bates has been over in Germany last week. We didn't really talk about it, but he took a trip over there and took in some soccer games. So. But yeah, we've had two of our one newbie and one of our existing players been posting workout videos. This is, of course, Lee McNeil working on doing the splits. Gentleman's pretty flexible, so he's always been a heck of an athlete. If I remember correctly, he was the one that used to play baseball and it was a really good baseball player on top of being a really good football player. So we know that's the case. And then the other one that popped up.
Hicks wants to know what he just logged on to. In the off season, James, sometimes, we key in on flexibility, if you know what I'm saying. Speaking of flexibility, let's go to this next video.
It is definitely the Gray Mains After Dark, James.
Sorry about that.
Nice. That'll get us a strike warning.
Wake up.
So this right here is one of the newbies. This is Isaiah Pacheco. Giving a little off-season workout there. He's been getting a lot of negative press, I guess, from some of the beat writers. They've been kind of down on the signing. He didn't have a great season last year. He's been injured the last couple of years, and his numbers were not that great. But, I went and did a little deep dive on it, and, as much as the Chiefs are lauded as having the best offensive line or a top 5, top 10 line, they really don't. They have Creed Humphreys, who is very, very good at center. Yeah. Their two guards are mediocre at best. Our guards actually outperform them, and that tells you all you need to know. And their tackles they're a shit show. So last year, I mean, you have 80th out of 89th for Juwan Taylor, and Josh Simmons, when he was playing, was 83rd out of 89. And these are run blocking grades, folks. So you wonder why Pacheco didn't get many yards after carry? That's why. Got to still have an offensive line, unless your name's Barry.
Could be why he got more injured, too. Didn't have,
taking bigger hits.
I knew Juwan Taylor wasn't very good. I didn't know he was that bad, but.
Yeah, he's not good. He played pretty bad last year. Well, they started calling him for penalties, too. I think he had to, start adjusting, and getting back to a normal stance and not jumping every time.
Well, the
and
guy
that,
will forever be known as the man who lined up in the backfield to block Aiden Hutchinson at right tackle. But I digress.
Tried to block Aiden Hutchinson at tackle. Yep. So we got 16 draft attendees coming in. I think all 5 Ohio State first rounders are on the list. I believe several guys that we are interested in will also be there.
Mm-hmm.
I know Proctor's on that list. So it's possible. I know Mendoza is not, but that's not unheard of to have the first overall pick not be there. But
well, he chose not
still
to.
16 guys.
Yeah, he chose.
Yeah, he chose not to. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, that's good. I mean, it's their day. They do what they want.
Yeah,
and
I think they're
in this case here.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, I think, was the last number 1 overall to decline not being there for the NFL draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I think he was. Yeah, absolutely. I was going to make a draft day reference there, but I can't remember the kid's name. So, anyway, moving on. Let me see here. Yeah. So Lions, we've always known Lions just don't seem to get help from the officials. This graphic is a very good indicator of that. The left side are the teams that got the most penalties, most first downs by penalty last season. Now some of those teams were kind of bad. The Browns and the Commanders and the Giants and a couple of playoff team in Houston and mediocre team in Tampa. But right-hand side, 5% of the time we got a penalty to get a first down. And where it's killing us is we hardly get any defensive holding or pass interference calls against our wide receivers, which is crazy to me. It's just one of those stats that just like, I know our guys are good and they don't get a lot of, they aren't put in a situation a lot where they are getting interfered with because the way our route trees work and the way the separation works and the way the ball is delivered, on time and in a place where it's catchable and they aren't contested with by Goff. But yeah, so not a whole lot going on there. Teams aren't jumping off sides on 4th down and 1 and giving us a freebie. Just not a lot of help. So.
Yeah, and a couple of stories that have really sort of inflated over the last week as it relates to the draft, and as we segue into the draft portion of the program. I mean, what's going on right now with Ruben Bain, Dan?
Yeah, so every year some top 10 kid gets popped with some nasty gram news, in the last couple weeks before the draft. Laramie Tunsil was famous for his gas mask weed smoking incident, and Jalen Carter had his issues. So with Bain, the issue is that he accidentally, he had a passenger in his vehicle. He rear-ended another vehicle. His vehicle then slammed into a median and unfortunately put one of his 5 passengers in a coma. And she later passed away from her injuries. He was not cited for anything other than just, I think, careless operation, which isn't even a misdemeanor. It's just a really minor. But unfortunately, it was also it was just dismissed on a technicality on basically like I don't remember what it was, but it seemed like one of those. It seemed like something straight out of Athens, Georgia. Let's just put it that way. And then that was in 2024. And then he had another instance of the exact same violation, careless operation, that was again dismissed for the exact same BS reason in 2025. So 2 times are not necessarily a pattern. There's some tragedy involved with this, but all the teams have been saying, we've all known about this. It's nothing new to us. And I'm gonna get on my high horse here a little bit. All these national guys that sit there and lecture the peons. Oh well, everybody all knew about this. Well, who didn't know about it? The general public. And you guys are journalists. And if you knew about it and didn't report on it, what's that say about you guys? This is a very, regardless of the tragedy and regardless of whether the other family didn't want it released, it is what it is. It's national news about a player who played in a national championship game, who also is going to be a top 5 pick in the draft, possibly top 10. It is a big story, and it should have been reported on at the time it occurred. And much like Jalen Carter and the recurring issues down in Georgia, but it wasn't. So it is what it is. And then moving on from Bain, the other top edge that's not named Reese, where these guys are true defensive end edges, not like hybrid linebacker edges like Reese, is our buddy Bailey down at Texas Tech, David Bailey. So, and I'm not sure why he would do this because he would have to get really close with as short of his arms are. But apparently he went after a photographer after a game. I don't know if this was this season or last season. And then a second instance popped up where he actually kind of Albert Hainsworth the dude and stomped on his head in the middle of the game.
Some would say Ndamukong Suh, you know.
Ndamukong Suh, yeah, but he went for the
Suh,
belly. Yeah. You know, the kid's head has helmet on, so he didn't get the Hainsworth level of raking his cleats across his face. But you know, but anyway, those, you know, the stuff with Bailey, I don't know the exact timing of those. They are on the field aggression instances, and immediately afterwards, kind of like what happened with with our Brian Branch last year. You know, neither one of them should have taken place. I don't know if there's a punishment doled out. I doubt it. But the only thing you would worry about there, if you're a drafting team, is can he keep his composure when it matters on the field? You don't want him losing his cool in a playoff game or something.
That's right. Yeah, that's interesting, and we'll roll right into the draft because I think both of those players are a factor in the first round, and maybe a factor depending on. And folks, we're going to roll right into the draft. Let me just pop this in here. We'll get Mike in here as well. Interesting the last few days how I have seen some mocks. And it doesn't seem to have affected Bailey's stock or Bain's stock on recent mock drafts, which I thought was interesting. You would think that the overreactions would happen, that would be the case. Fuzzy again on our Zoom call on the page.
It's internal. It's nothing that the folks are seeing, but
okay.
This is just the same thing we experienced last week that we blamed on New Orleans. Wi-Fi is occurring.
Yeah,
again,
broadcast is clean. All right, so let's roll here. We should make mention of the website that we're using just as a shout out. So if you wanted to do your own mock draft, Brent, what's the website?
ProFootballNetwork.com. And then you'd click on draft, my draft, and you will be able to do your own draft. Very easy setup, nice intuitive user interface. You can see the UX UI is pretty sweet here. You can select which team you want to pick for. You look over here on the right, number of rounds. We're going to go with the full 7-round draft. We're going to do a fast. So you'll see all of the picks up into the Lions pick go quickly. And then we're using the consensus list. If you drop this down here, you see the different Pro Football Sports Network, ESPN, PFF, The Athletic, etc. And we're going to use the consensus, which is the data that's been accumulated with all of the drafts that have been performed by us fans.
All right. Right on.
So when you're ready,
we're ready to
Director
go.
Chris.
Just
all right.
Let's pause for a second. Dan, are we cool? I'm getting a bunch of stuff in the chat with the blurry
stuff.
Broadcast seems to be fine.
Yeah.
James, I think you're watching. Let us know if you're seeing anything.
No, it's fine now. It was just that stuff, that early stuff. And it's nothing for the folks. It's just internal logging for me, for us. Just notating and grabbing screen caps just to prove I'm not nuts. Well, it's all good now. Brent's crystal clear. I can see his weave, man. It's very nice.
All right, cool. So, folks, here's how it's going to go. We're gonna hit play on the AI machine. It's going to tell us who's going to be drafting in front of us. There's not going to be any opportunities for us to make trades between our picks, but we will get potential trade offers before we make our pick, if that makes sense. And then we'll discuss those as they go along. It sounds like it's going to be like super quick, but believe it or not, it's not very quick. And it really has. We've learned a number of things as we go through this. We hope that this is interesting for you to learn as well. All right, Brent. Let's start.
On my other screen, just for the record, while Dan was doing his notes, I did 3 mock drafts.
Jeez.
All right, let's go. Let's see.
Crack kills people.
So you
All
guys
right.
will see it
These are
starting to
some
click off, and then
not a ton of shocks here. Let's hide the. Can we hide the trade offers and let's just kind of see really quickly. Let's see who got picked really quickly here, and so we can speak those through to the folks that are just listening. Fernando Mendoza, number 1. See, David Bailey, who we just talked about with all the stuff that's happening with him on and off the field. 2nd, Arvell Reese. 3rd, Ruben Bain. 4th to the Titans. This seems a little illogical, but
just 3 in a row.
Carnell Tate, Ohio State. 5th to the Giants. Francis Mayoga to the Browns. Sonny Styles all the way to L.A. At 7, Mekhi Lemon, the wide receiver. That's a good pick for USC to the Saints. Mansour Delaney to the cornerback out of LSU to the Chiefs. Caleb Downs to the Bengals. We've seen that a number of places. Monroe Freeling, we hope he would have dropped. Did not, to the Eagles at 11. Dylan Thieneman, seeing him a lot going to the Cowboys at 12. Jordan Tyson, Arizona State wide receiver, going to the Commanders. Kenyon Sadiq going to the Ravens. Jeremiah Love dropping all the way to 15, running back out of Notre Dame, to the Bucks, and then Jermod McCoy, cornerback out of Tennessee, going to the Jets. So that leaves us with a lot of tackles to choose from, guys, and also Ione.
That's exactly what I notated this morning in our Slack channel. Is if we get a bunch of wide receivers go early and cornerbacks, it's going to push down these guys to us, and sure as heck did. So
yeah, and we've got 2 trade offers. First trade offer is from the Patriots. They want to move up to 17, and in return, they would give us pick 31, pick 63, and pick 95. Any thoughts on that, Dan?
Well, I like to see the next trade offer before I do that. I don't like dropping that far. Let's see the whole body of work before we go.
Oh, this seems
now that
worse.
One's more attractive to me.
It is?
No, you're only dropping 4 slots.
Oh man, I would take
Fana,
this one.
You got Fano.
This one in a heartbeat.
Well, no, you can go and count.
Okay, when we say this
Fano,
one,
Ione,
folks that are listening don't know what the second offer is. So let's talk through the second offer. Go to the next offer, please. And it's from the Steelers, moving from 17. We would move down to 21, and then we would get pick 121.
No, you got it. They're cheating us here. They're only giving us 284. We're giving back 296. We have to counter. So you got to click on counter, Brent, and see what we can hit them with if we want to go this route. We don't have to take it, but first thing I would hit them with is probably 85. Take off 121.
It looks like
and then give them back maybe 181. That's not going to move the needle enough. Switch it from 85 to 99. Okay, that's closer. So if you give them 157, but no, you're not gonna.
So what we're doing, folks, here is we're adjusting, we're counter offering the trade with Pittsburgh. If they want to move up from 21 to 17, we want to counter them with a higher pick. And this software is telling us, hey, they're likely or not likely to accept the trade based on the counter offer.
I'd pop
Pittsburgh
157 in there.
Picks. Holy cow. Pittsburgh, I don't know if you guys look at this. Pittsburgh's got a boatload of picks.
Give them 157 from our side and see what that moves the needle to. That's too much. Take 85, swap 85 and 99 on their side.
There.
Yeah, that probably would be the option there.
So we would move back 4 slots, but we would move up 30-ish.
Into the third round.
30-ish spots into the third round.
Okay. So 21 and 85. You want me to go back to the other offer?
21.85 and 128 is another one that we're giving them. So.
I want to go back and see what the point total is now. So now it's what happened there?
I would.
Oh, just hit confirm. Yeah, just hit confirm. It's saying you're not actually making a trade. Hit propose. And so now we're at.
They're still getting a better deal.
It didn't take. You got it. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you gotta.
Well, what happened to the New England?
85. It's there, Chris. We just gotta. He
backed
out of this. It was 157, I think. Yep. Now hit propose. So now it's 311, 307. It's still favoring them, but it's a little better. I think if
Well,
I
no,
don't,
this is what's offered, Dan. So we're getting 311.
I-
They're getting
I know.
307.
Yeah, we were in the hole on their original offer. It was a bad offer. Hit the X to get out of this, so we go look at Arizona trade again. You just got to hit the X and close that.
Yep. There we go.
All right.
So the Arizona trade or the New England trade here, the thing I don't like about this, yeah, we're getting more picks, but you're dropping, from 17 to 31. So you're falling back, 15 spots roughly. And is there 15 players good enough on this board that you're willing to take at that spot, that you're willing to
Yes.
lose?
Um,
That's a quick
I think
yes.
so.
You haven't even looked at the list to see who's still available.
I think going through this enough for the, like if we were to counter and move that 63 up,
I don't know if we can we?
They're giving us their next. That's their next
That's
3
it.
Oh,
picks.
wow.
Yeah, they're giving us their
Okay.
next. They're giving us their next 3 picks. They want somebody
Yeah, somebody that they
really bad, and it's
want.
going to be one of these tackles because we saw how bad
Messidor.
they're. Yeah, that's Mesidor or one of these tackles because their offensive tackle play in the Super Bowl. Was
All right,
obviously
so
sus,
my vote is to well, let's look and see who's available. So I don't think the New England, honestly, I'm with Dan. I think moving down from 17 to 31, is you potentially miss out on some real talent that's available, in my opinion, as opposed to the pick from the Steelers. You're only moving back, what was that, 4 picks?
Yeah,
and
4
you're
picks.
gaining 30 spots moving up with the counter there. So there is some value there, and we're still going to get one of these great players because we're only missing 4. But let's see who is available before we do that. So if we were to just stand pat and make the pick here, guys.
Here's what you're looking at it around 31 is Blake Miller, Peter Woods.
That's
Cy
just their
Young.
ranking. That's not
Sure.
There's
Sure,
less than that
sure.
amount out here, but
Yep.
But
just
Ty
to give
Simpson's
folks an
going to go
idea.
somewhere between that pick. Someone's going to trade up for him most likely in this draft. But
we could stand
I don't know.
pat and
I'm only
get
seeing about
Spencer
8
Fano.
kids I like.
Ione is there. I'm not a huge fan of Falk for us. I don't think that's a good fit for us. Proctor we've talked about, but I have concerns. Messidor is obviously one of the key edges. If we don't get Messidor here and we don't love Messidor here, we're not getting him. I think he'll be gone here in the next 4 picks. So I think that's what we're looking at, guys. Is like, do we love those players, or do we potentially want to let those go and say, hey, you know what, we might get what we think is the second best safety.
Who are the 4 players here that
best
you would
safety.
take at this spot, and knowing that 3 of those 4 could be gone, and you would get whoever's left, picking up that 3rd round pick?
Well,
Fano is a huge. That's who they're trading up for most likely.
Yeah. Fano is he'd come in, he'd be starting right tackle. We'd move Sewell to left, and we got great, fantastic bookends, and like the concerns about the offensive line, maybe we get a guard or whatever later. I think that, boy, you want to talk about the safest pick, that's it.
On this picture of the screen right here,
Mm-hmm.
the 4 guys are Fano, Ione, Proctor, and Mesidor.
Yes.
We're gonna get one of those 4 guys. I would not touch Lomu. I've looked at him. I do not like him. He does not fit what we do. He has a terrible run blocker, so he would not be my option. So if we want to try and work that Arizona one or whatever it was, whoever was at 21,
Patriots,
31.
Yeah.
31, yeah.
No. The other offer, the better offer. The Steelers.
Oh,
If we want to
Steelers.
work that Steelers pick, they're coming up for Fano. I would work this, try and get that other pick out of them, and be, if we're happy with those 4 guys.
Let's do that. Let's Mike, what do you think? Any thoughts on doing the Steelers counter like we had discussed, or do you feel solid about standing pat and picking somebody there?
Or do you like the New England pick?
Well, I like both of them, but to be honest with you, if I had to make the choice, I would just pick Messidor and not trade at all.
Okay.
He's plug and play, man. He's a little bit older. He's matured. His body's matured. He's ready to go. Whereas if you get one of these other guys, they're going to have to learn to bulk up. They're going to have to learn how to play in the NFL. He's already mature. He's ready to go, I think. That's just I would never think he would have been at 17.
That's true.
I would have thought for sure he'd be top 10. Yeah.
Messidor, he's
Messidor's
usually
been
going
going about
25 to 32
yeah,
range.
Really?
He's pretty low.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So Messidor may be there if
Wait a
we
minute.
do the trade.
And what? What is he
draft
going
mocks.
there in when that you guys are doing? Because all the mock drafts I see, he's in the top 10.
No, that's Bain. That's Ruben Bain.
No, it's not Bain.
Here's one I just ran a little bit ago, just as a, kind of what is it looking like?
Yeah, but he's talking about looking at some of the other drafts, like, all these beat writers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the beat right, like those guys. Jeremiah had him up there.
I posted a couple today. So Messidor today, he was at 15 in that Steve Palazzolo's mock.
Yeah.
The other one I posted, the Moving the Chains group from Pat Kerwin and Jacob Hester. Messidor here was, where's he at? I'm not even seeing him.
I think you get Messidor at 21. I say you.
He went 12th.
So
that's the most. This is the highest I've seen him all year. He has just not been.
I'm seeing Messidor 29 in Brendan Donahue's mock draft. This is Sharp. This is Sharp Football. Warren Sharp.
I think we can get Messidor down at 21.
Yeah, it's 4 picks. So you got to say that, in the next 4 picks, this is, I guarantee you what Brad would be doing.
Fano is going.
Can we get our guy? Fano,
going to New England.
Ione's going to go. Proctor probably. And then depending on needs, I've seen Omar Cooper Jr. and Manuel McNeil Warren going.
I'd love McNeil Warren. I think he's a great player.
Me too. And that's why I say trade back. I'd put trade back because I'm looking at those tackles that we can get in the 3rd round with those extra picks.
Let's make a decision because we're already at 7.
My vote is to make the counter offer with the Steelers, moving back 4 picks.
Yep.
And then getting back some of that
reject 31.
Yeah, we're rejecting
next.
Too deep. Moving back too far.
Go to next.
Yep. Okay.
All right,
so
now counter offer this
21.
Go. So 85, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah,
take off their 121, and then we give them back. What is it? 181? I thought.
The
5th. That was 157.
120.
157. Don't give them the whole farm there, Brent.
Close. No, I'm just looking at
playing fast and loose with our picks there, Brent.
There you go.
He's trying to be.
It's gonna get rejected, but
I don't know. Let's hit propose, and they'll see. And if they reject it, then you got to adjust it.
Oh,
right, go back and that's all right. Go redo it and tweak it.
All right.
That's the first time I've gotten rejected. I feel so rejected.
Steelers they're just dicks.
399.
Sorry, Steelers fans.
No, 85 is fine. You just got to give him. Didn't you try and give him 157? You need to give him 128.
That's what I clicked on, but you yelled at me.
Let me see. No, that you gave him 157, I think.
So see,
Stop
even
clicking
118
on 113.
Close.
Stop. Take 118 off.
Try that.
Propose?
Wasn't that the same? Isn't that we just said
I
that?
Thought he
It's
gave
the
him
same one
150.
It's the same one we just did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then give him one of the 7ths then to sweeten it.
Just when we thought, I guess we're taking too long. The Steelers are getting impatient with us.
I don't know why they're trying to screw us over because these numbers just don't add up.
Well, then maybe we sit pat. We get it. We get the player we want here.
Take one. Do not give them 118. Take 128. Take 118 off. Scroll down and give them one of those extra 6 or something. Give them where they at. They have 216. Give them 213. See what that does.
That's closer. See what it gives us.
Yep.
All right,
Boy,
folks that are just listening, we're countering multiple times with the Steelers, and they are standing pat on our counter offer. And so, guys, listen, this is what happens.
That one.
This is what happens. Let's make our pick here. We are not going to take any trades here. The clock is ticking. We're going to make a pick. My vote is Spencer Fano.
100% agree.
Mike says Messidor, and then You just went ahead and picked him, didn't you, Brent? Brent's like, we're moving along.
It was you. It was you two guys picking it, so I'm good.
Okay, so we have our.
We got Fano. Is that who we got?
Yeah.
Who we take?
We got Fano.
So we have our starting right
this.
tackle, and Penei Sewell's moving to left.
So let's take a look at who we could have gotten at 31 here. So if we had made that trade, we would have still ended up with Zion.
It wasn't 31, it was 21.
No,
the
Patriots offer, we would add 2 third-rounders.
I actually feel good about that
we were
because
working with Steelers.
Zion
Young is a good player, but I mean, is he that? Is he? You know, I guess he's
Allen.
Good. Scroll up,
Go
Brent.
back up to 17.
Go up to where Steelers picked, because that was the pick we were working on, right?
Yeah.
So
One more.
Ione.
So they took Ione, and Mesidor went right before him.
Mesidor went at
Lobo
20.
There. Yeah, so we could have gotten Ione.
And I would have been happy.
Where did Proctor go? 18?
27.
27. Okay, well.
And
all right, who we got? Who's our trade offers?
We got one.
And this is for pick 50?
73.
Moving back 23 picks. And they're giving us
their second.
This is from the Saints. They're giving us next year's second. Yeah, that's
so
not.
We tackle. So go to defense, Brent. Let's see who we got over there.
Yep.
Who's the best available edge at this point?
At the top of the board, you got Caleb Banks, who would be a really great defensive tackle.
Hit defense.
Deontay Scott.
Get rid of all these offensive guys out of here. All right. I don't like Cassius Howell. He just rubs me the wrong way. I think yesterday or last week, didn't we take Hill in this spot? Or one of our trade
We did pick up Anthony Hill, but I'm not sure if it was the second or we did do it. We did do a lot of trading.
We did. Yeah. I don't think defensive tackle is a need, and I think the fan base would absolutely revolt if we took another D tackle.
Well, that's the perfect pick for Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at this saying,
check his injury history.
Pons, Scott, Hill, Halsey. Where are we at? 50? Scroll down a little bit. Let's look see who's in the next 10. There's your boy Galday.
You're reaching here. So
I mean, there's more at 74, but he won't be there next time around because we don't have a next time around. So yeah, I mean, I'm not. Just don't like how.
See, this is why I'm a big fan of trading down in this draft, the way it falls.
Well, we tried, but Pittsburgh wasn't playing ball. They're being jerks.
Well, we could have gotten 3 picks and picked up multiple players on this list.
You realize you're calling a computer a jerk, right?
Well, they're emanating what happens.
Going to come back and get you.
Exactly. Look
so
out.
I guess we're going to have to sort of pivot on.
Comes OpenAI. They're coming for you. They're Steelers fans.
Well, can you counter their trade offer?
Propose a trade.
Yeah.
We can propose a trade to
Let's
anybody.
counter.
Yeah. We can
counter
let's see what the Saints don't have.
They don't have anything.
That second rounder next year is not going to cut it. That needs to. But they just don't have any good picks.
Doesn't make for scintillating live streaming this year. So, I mean, honestly, at this point,
we can.
Yeah, Cassius Howell, I'm not a huge fan of either. Let's go. Let's look at offense. Listen, I mean, hey, I'm not seeing a ton of guys here. There's a safety there, the safety out of LSU.
I wouldn't be opposed to Pons.
So, and if we're looking at Pons, I'd actually be looking at Scott. Scott was the third overall ranked cornerback by PFF last year in all of football, and he ranked a 90.5. And not that Pons was worse, because he really wasn't. He was an 88.8, and he was 8th overall. But one of them's 5'11 and a half, the other's 5'8 and a half. So,
Pons.
Yeah, Pons is short. He's a dog. I mean, he is
short.
Player.
He is a dog.
But he is on the short side. And he's probably more slated to play the slot. But the problem with the slot guys is that more and more they're having to battle against tight ends. They're throwing tight ends in that spot, and 5'8 and a half guy going against a 6'4" tight end is a mismatch, no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
So,
but you are, according to all the ratings, you're reaching a little bit for either of these guys. But
let's go back to our list of available prospects.
Let's for giggles here. Let's see all that includes offense, if we could.
That's
It
all.
does.
Yep, it includes
Oh, it
offense.
does.
It's just that Bell, the wide
okay.
receiver, and
Yeah.
Price, the running back. I mean, Hulsey, the safety, sitting there at 53. That's right in the wheelhouse. That'd be probably in Hill. So the thing about Hill, let me look at Hill's rankings here. Hill is
Halsey's an okay.
Yeah, Hill
pick here.
was not necessarily ranked he didn't do very well last year. He was 281st overall in linebacker. So, and then would you say Halsey was the other one, the safety?
No, I didn't. You said that, yeah.
No, he's on the list. So he was the 19th overall
I mean, the only
ranked
guy,
safety.
the only two
19th
guys I
overall
would even
safety
consider
last
here.
year.
Yeah, the only two guys I would even consider here, Caleb Banks and Jadarian Price.
Doesn't Banks have some injury history?
Yeah.
Oh, he's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dr. Jimmy put something out about do not draft Caleb Banks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
What-
Some
Banks,
injuries.
he didn't even have enough snaps to qualify for a PFF ranking. I mean, he was 68.8, sorry, which is pretty poor.
Hometown, Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, something we haven't looked at, I'm going to
Those
pull it
when
up
you're
on my
good.
side, is the interactions tracker, which
Yeah,
could
Banks
be a factor.
I have those. Banks, we had one time.
I'm going to pull it up. Jesus.
Oh, I already pulled it all in. So, to my sheet here.
All right.
Hill, we visited. I think we had one with him. Visited with Hill, Galde, sorry. And on the cornerbacks that are sitting out there, Pons, we did not visit with. Or Scott. I mean, what's the next? What if you click on defense, Brent? Again, where is it? Is there a big drop off?
Mhm.
So that's interesting. Wait, that kid there, I saw something on him.
Which one?
That R. Mason Thomas guy. Let me see. He was the 36th overall defensive end, 28 pressures. He only had 187.
He had in 2025, 2024, 2025, he had 9 sacks in 24, 6.5. But nothing special. I mean, in the second round, you'd expect to get a player, right?
I mean, Moore's sitting there. Should we just take him? It's a small reach, but
Derek Moore?
Yeah. He gives us what we're looking for. 6'4", 255. He's 18th overall ranked defensive end edge last year, and he had 41. He was 56th overall in pressures.
What was the trade offer from New Orleans? Down to 71?
Yeah.
So you could easily get more there, probably.
That's all the 73, but that's all they
73.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't
remember
have anything
their.
else.
Yeah.
See,
Well, they've got those right
but
there.
we're dropping from 50 to 73.
Yeah, so
23
throw in the
spots.
150 or something.
Well, no, we're not gonna. I mean, we're not gonna get who we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is the drop, not the payback, right? Not the currency coming back. So, well, we're on our second.
Yeah, but if
pick
you're
here.
going to take Derek Moore, he's in the 70 range, and you're going to gain a pick or two.
I have Derek Moore as an overall ranking on a blended average of about 60 through several different systems. So, this is based on their consensus, but it's.
No, I get it.
I think it's a little. I think we all agree it's a little bit off.
Yeah, this is the making me the big fan of trading down.
Click on Edge. Well, we didn't, so we only got 15 minutes left, so we got to make a pick here. Click on Edge.
You end up with an edge with a safety, and you got your offensive tackle. But pick Edge, okay? There you go.
Yeah, let's just go to the top. Let's see what we got here. So kid from Oklahoma, kid from and more. And then safety. What are you sitting at there? Besides Halsey? Yeah, there's nobody else. There's big step. And then linebacker. Yeah, I don't know. My vote's for more. And I'm not and I'm an Ohio State guy saying let's take more. What do you guys want to do? I'll go with whatever the consensus is. I mean, we should take Howell or Banks, but Banks is just not. I don't know what they know about him. So
Chris, what do you vote? Mike? I mean, we have positions of need listed up here: edge, offensive guard, defensive tackle, safety. We've seen a lot of speculations about the Lions going after a running back. We know we need linebacker. They don't even list linebacker, and we only have 2 linebackers signed. So
we got 5.
I mean, my vote, I'd go with Anthony Hill at this spot.
I would say if you can't
This is our
trade, I
last
would go
pick.
with Derek Moore.
This is our last pick till the 4th round.
Yeah, next pick's 118. Is that right?
Yeah. I just don't like Hill. His numbers. I went and looked at his grades and stuff. They're not that great. He's kind of undersized. Can you go click on his spider map for him? I want to see what his coverage and stuff is. If his coverage is good and his speed is good, then maybe we can look at him, right?
He had 2 picks, 4 sacks, 7 tackles for loss in 2025.
Yeah, can you go down to his? There's a spider map at the bottom, Brent.
Yeah, right here.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So long speed, tackling, good. Okay. Scroll down.
Physicality is where he.
Yeah. Well, he'll get bigger, right? Pass
No.
rush
I'm just
not
pointing out
there,
that they're
so
saying physicality is the only area.
yeah, that's
processing.
an issue I have right there. Is
This one bothers me
coverage.
when you see processing and physicality.
Well, it's right there. I mean, see right there that 4.5 under coverage is killing him. But I mean, second round pick, it's like this kid's going to be at worst a special teamer, but we need a playmaker. We need someone that can start, and the only person on this list I see that's going to start based on the fact that we got a McNeil and Williams, so that's not going to be defensive tackle. Cornerback, assuming everybody is not in jail and healthy, it won't be them. Safety's the same way. I don't know. I just keep coming back to Moore.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you can't trade back, go with Moore.
I just think it's way too soon. I think
Yeah, I'm thinking that, but I mean, at this point in time. Who would you take, Chris?
I mean, I honestly, the way that our secondary is decimated every year, who knows what's going on with Terrion. I mean, D'Angelo Pons.
Yeah.
Can't have too many cornerbacks or defensive backs,
That's
right?
kind of, what I'm thinking.
Click on Pons's map, Brent. I want to see his tackling and
His size is
the only
issue.
thing. Yeah.
That's
right,
really
that's
the only one there that's like it's a fit.
Keep scrolling.
It's the the spot that he's slated to go. Listen, I'm a Michigan guy. I'd love to have more, but I just feel like picking him in the second round just feels. I don't know. Matthew Bont. Is it Matthew Bont or Matthew Bont? Hello, how are you doing? Appreciate you joining us. If you're following along, let us know who you think we should be getting in the second round with whoever's available.
Long speed processing, agility, hip fluidity.
I mean, it's to me, and I'd be fine with one of the cornerbacks, either Pons or the other kid.
Scott.
Yeah,
Keontae.
Scott. Yeah, either one of them. Click on his map. Let's look at him really quick.
Yep. Treats.
What up, Zach? Appreciate you joining us. We're in the second round. We've fielded a few trades, got rejected by the Steelers like crazy. countered them 3 different times and got rejected. So we're straight up making picks. Haven't gotten any available. Zach wants to know who's available. Let's do a rundown. Let's go to the overall here and kind of give us a.
There, you see it, Brent? Scroll up a couple spots. That's the that's where tackling's at. Scroll up just one section right there. It's under support. His tackling sucks. That would rule him out. That's not a Dan Campbell guy.
That's Keontae Smith.
Go look at Pons.
Scott.
Pons is, look at Pons. If his tackling is good, then let's just make choices.
So Zach and others, here's who's available.
Yeah, you can see
top prospects.
Cassius Howell, we're not fans of. Caleb Banks, at defensive tackle out of Florida, needs a little more time. Pons out of Indiana, we're considering. Chris Bell, wide receiver, probably too soon for us to pick a wide receiver at this point. Keontae Scott's the other cornerback we're considering. Anthony Hill, Dan doesn't love, Brent does. And then Halsey, the safety out of LSU. Listen, Jadarian Price.
I was just saying it's an option.
Yeah.
I think Pons is, if it's not more, it's Pons is the next guy that's going to get on the field.
I'm seeing Jadarian Price going in a lot of mock drafts late in the first round.
That's why I said he was one of the ones I would pick, Chris, is at this point, you need a playmaker. You need somebody.
Yeah. Boy, the fans would not love that, would they?
Don't we already have a playmaker at running back?
Didn't we already watch him do a bunch of
one injury away from?
Did we watch a video of him running around in his underwear?
Yeah. Click on that Pons thing again. Let's look at this physicality as tackling. I think it's under support.
Traits is where
Support.
Support.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, 9.
Tackling ability of 9. Yeah, there you go. He's going to get run over because of his size occasionally, especially if he's trying to tackle a big kid. But just to move it forward, because we're almost out of time, I'd say let's just take Pons and see what comes on at our next pick.
I don't hate it. And I like it better than more.
Beginning.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Mike?
Mike said Pons at the beginning.
Oh.
Here we go. Pons. Anybody?
Moore's going to go to the next. Just take
it. Run to the podium.
Run to the podium. After 15 minutes.
I was going to say, that was a long run.
This thing goes quick, though. So
to the 4th round.
Now,
here we go.
Let's see who went right before us.
Nobody we'd be interested in.
Nobody we'd be interested in, really.
All right, so let's
except
look at
Drew Shelton. I've been looking at trading down and going after Drew Shelton.
Yeah.
Just put him on you guys' radar as a.
I went to high school with Drew Shelton. Oh, no,
we got 6 minutes, Brent. Let's go look at guys we can take.
Taco, man.
No trade offers.
I'm kidding. Kidding.
Yeah, what do we need still? We got a cornerback.
Let's take Ephesians. Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
I think it's Proverbs.
Ecclesiastes. There's one guy that's got a biblical name. It's awesome. Oh, Singleton. Nick Singleton's there.
Yeah, we took him this is 4th round.
Yeah. This is kind of around the place.
That's a good pick.
Here's what we got coming up, guys, just as an FYI. 118, 128.
We got 10 more picks. I don't think Singleton's going to last to 128.
I agree.
Claiborne's there.
Make it happen.
No safeties?
There you go. No, there was a big drop.
Well, the safeties that we would have wanted are like that.
Yeah, they're all
4th
gone.
round, 3rd, 4th round.
I mean, like Canada and these guys, we can grab them in the 5th round if we want. Taffy, Canada.
Let's take Nick Singleton. Okay. What do you say? Anybody all in favor of Nick Singleton? Say
I heard at least 3 of us say yes.
Mike's let's land the plane and get a running back.
Just Nick Singleton. All right. There you go.
We did a lot of research on Singleton, especially as it relates to the
the 128. We're back up again.
What do we need? Edge.
Yeah.
Well, we picked a tackle, a cornerback, and a running.
Yeah, we got to get a
linebacker, safety. We need defense.
Yep, somewhere in that area.
There's lots of these mid-round edge guys. Llewellyn, I love.
Llewellyn,
yeah.
But it's way early for Llewellyn. But
it is. He'll be there.
You like somebody.
Click on all for or click off edge so we can see all the defense, please.
Yep.
Click all and then back to defense. There you go. Okay. So we already took a corner.
Or
Hezekiah
linebacker.
Masses. God.
That's a great
Isaac.
I
name.
was going to say, his dad must be a preacher.
Hold on a second. Let me
You
look
guys
at this.
see? You guys see what's
There's
happening here? Right?
Ephesians. Yeah.
Hey, there's
I've
Ephesians
done a million of
Prysock.
these.
There's my man. Cornerback out of
That's him.
Washington, Ephesians Prysock. Speak his name. He's like
Hezekiah.
Beetlejuice, and he shows up on the list.
This thing seems like a Key and Peele show. Hezekiah Masses.
Ephesians
Tyler
Prysock, cornerback,
Onyedim.
Washington University.
Brent, can you
Oh,
go
yeah.
through the three positions we need? The safety, linebacker, and edge?
DeMonte Capehart.
Okay, there's safety.
Yeah,
149 is the
Those
next
are kind
guy.
of a little early for them. How about linebacker?
Linebacker is
Thinking Orr is probably not a.
Yeah, let's
I
take a
haven't
look
done
at
a lot of
Caleb.
research on him, but I
Alarms
know
Orr.
him.
Let's go back to edge.
here we go.
Edge, I
Here's-
think the
Is
next
this a
available one
linebacker?
was, next available
Yeah, he's
edge
a
was like
linebacker.
100.
he gets lost at times in a strong linebacker class.
What's his
But
name?
this is the one
He's
that's
got
Orr.
Caleb Alarms
Caleb.
Orr. He's got a 3-word name. All
Go to his
right.
traits real quick.
We won't
now,
hold that
please.
against him too much.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
didn't-
coverage and size. How big is he?
He's pretty highly rated and, mostly 8s, 7s.
I mean, you're in the 4th round, right?
I mean, this is
You
not
want
a
a guy
that's-
who
So this kid was 51st
knock is
overall
size.
linebacker. He had 82.5 grade in PFF, 51st overall linebacker.
he ran a 4.47. So you're looking at a special team speed guy. His size, 234, they're saying is one of the knocks on him, but you can put 5-10 pounds on somebody like this. But you can't
Yeah.
teach
He is,
this.
234.
4.47. That's blazing for a kid
Coverage is 80% and run defense is 93. Those are two and 89% tackling, according to NFL Draft Buzz. So not the biggest kid in the world. His hands aren't that big.
Push scroll
but
back down a little bit, Brent.
Let's look at his
Sure.
comps.
If you don't mind. Right here's a linebacker leaders. If you go down a little bit more.
Oh, leaders. Okay, yep. There you go.
Okay,
It's
so
in
that's all
RAS.
those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at his
Yeah,
comp
okay.
should be down here.
See, he's 9.55, which is not a bad RAS. 9.55 RAS.
Yeah, and again, what are the important things we need out of a linebacker? We need a kid that he needs to be a 5-tool kid, right? Tackle,
Yep.
cover, run,
Play special
and be
teams.
smart, and special teams, right? And this
And,
kid
and
seems to
that's
have
what,
it
look
all.
at this. Long speed, explosiveness.
Yeah, just
Pass
pick
Yeah,
it.
his
rushing,
coverage is slacking a little bit.
I don't think. Well, the other site says it's not. Is the weird thing.
Yeah. Okay.
They've got him as an 80% for a kid projected to go in the 6th round, but this is an outdated.
I think it's a solid pick.
Here
We
you
can
go.
get.
I mean,
that
he's a 4th
edge.
rounder. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because of he's got, lead hands probably when it says
Can't
ball
catch.
skills, playmaking.
As long as he can
can't catch.
tackle.
Yeah, he's not playing
This
wide
one,
receiver.
this one a little bit, that one you gotta get him in a room and see what he can pick up and everything. But I think we could do worse here than him.
I agree. I think this is our pick. Caleb Alarms Orr.
All right, going once. Anybody?
That's gonna be. They're gonna give us a C- on this pick. I guarantee it.
Okay.
Okay.
Although he's rated 128. I mean, he's rated
Oh,
right where
man.
we're
And
picking,
right where
so
we're at, yeah.
It
There you
should
go.
be
Maybe,
an
maybe
A.
they won't give us.
Let's look at his injury
Now the
history.
next-
No, I'm kidding.
3 have to be edges, right?
Hit it. Click it. Let's go.
There we go. It's done. It's done.
All right,
No-
next
no
pick is
quibbling
going
now.
to take 1 minute. Oh, we have.
Oh, we
Oh,
have-
God! Finally, a
oh.
trade offer.
Not the Vikings.
Oh,
Oh,
Vikings.
right. They're trying to fleece us.
Yeah.
Request
Who do they
Hawkinson
want?
back
Carson
from them.
back?
No, they want to move up 6 spots, and then
At
in
this
return give us. I mean, sure. Yeah, look,
At this
counter
point,
and
why
see
not?
if we can get another late rounder out of them. Just
I
because.
mean, it's
Really
13
don't.
and
I hate
13.
them.
That's crap.
That-
Take
that
that.
we-
Take off 222.
Yeah, see if they'll just. Whoa,
No.
we got to
Yeah.
give them something. All right.
Give that back and try
And get the
244.
244.
Wow, are you being stingy? So
Stupid
they just want to do
Vikings.
They want to They want to move us back.
This feels
and give
better
us
about
a-
hating him. I don't know why. I don't feel good about
I was
hating
actually
Steelers.
happy with the 196 for 222. Go back.
I mean, you're moving.
This
up,
software's not. They're not. It's not as amenable as it was this past weekend when we were in it.
Did you choose the consensus or?
Yeah.
I wonder if it changed because they added.
You know
those
what?
two
Let's
new,
do this. Let's
sources to it.
ask for 244 and propose, and if they say no, then let's just make our pick. Because I don't want to give it to them unless they're.
Yeah, they're not gonna take it.
All right.
Yeah, screw them.
All right. Let's make our pick now.
All right, what do we got?
Skull
what do
to
we
the
need?
next pick.
Reject.
Yeah,
Yeah,
reject.
reject.
Reject. Skull.
What do we still need here? We need
Edge. Edge.
Yeah, click on defense,
Skull.
Brent.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
Carson Beck's
defense.
available.
Oh,
I mean, we do need a long-term option, but
Is he
is
older than
neither.
Goff? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
might be.
Max
Max
Llewellyn's still
Llewellyn.
there.
So
I
Max
wouldn't want
Llewellyn.
Max.
It's a bit of a
There was
reach,
one guy at the top.
Yeah, click on the edge.
We might be able
Brent.
to get Max Llewellyn with our next pick.
Landon Robinson.
Because at
would have been good.
181 is kind of the range for
All right,
Llewellyn.
let me look this
That
Lucas.
Anthony
kid up.
Lucas. Yeah.
Let me look at him really quick and see what he did stat-wise and stuff. So,
Oh.
Anthony Lucas, he was the 316th ranked defensive end edge, and his
Wow.
pass rushing was 23 pressures for 289th in the country.
He was 59 nationally out of high school.
Well, Llewellyn
really
has
high.
got a lot of pressures. He had 41. Actually, is Nadami Tucker on there available? The kid from Western Michigan.
Yep.
I would take him.
That's
Look
your
at him.
free
Look
guy.
at him
Let me
real
tell you.
quick.
Let me tell you why.
185.
Look at his traits real quick, Brent.
We could probably get him later too, but
Brennan,
treat.
Yeah, just
All
check
right.
it.
Tell
Let
us
me tell
why
you
in
why.
30 seconds because we got to land the plane.
90.6 PFF overall grade, 11th in the country, and his pass rushes 51 pressures, 19th in the country. 6'2", 247. So he's going to be more of one of those guys that's going to be a
James Houston
edge
guy.
rusher, but he had 14 and a half sacks last year and 4 forced fumbles. Kid's a playmaker.
He's older.
Mesidor light.
He
His
wreaked
arms are
havoc
long.
in one-on-ones
All right.
against. All right. So,
Where's he rank? Do we get him later?
I don't.
well,
think
that's the debate. Is we need a couple.
we're not going to get him at
developmental-
181. I don't.
All right,
think.
guys, let's make the pick and end the
We
show.
could get Curry at 181.
Yeah.
Well, we need 2 edges. So yeah. Llewellyn's not.
Or not.
Llewellyn's actually ranked less after him in the.
Let's go with the
Consensus
let's go
rankings I
with
have.
the gem. See what we can get there.
Take Tucker, and
Tucker.
if Curry's still available, we'll take him at 181.
Or Llewellyn.
And he's not, unfortunately.
Llewellyn was still there, I think. See,
Yeah,
it's
go
our
back
pick,
to-
and
Let's scroll up.
we're
Yeah,
up on the
yes,
clock.
Scroll up so we can see who's available. Inez Cooper from Miami.
Two
Yeah.
picks.
Oh, Cole Payton.
Yeah, I don't have anything on that
Oh,
guy.
who?
Wait, is he from
I'm sorry,
Miami or
who?
Oregon?
Quarterback from North Dakota State.
Well, he was a kid that we were looking at. It's not a bad option. I think the line's.
He's a lefty, isn't he?
Is
Is he
processing.
the lefty? Oh no, that's not smart.
the one thing he's weak at is process for a quarterback processing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we need another edge. Let's
Where are edge
Take-
Well,
options here?
Max
Just take
Llewellyn,
take him. At least
Hold
he's
on.
Max,
No,
right?
no,
His
no,
name's
don't
Max.
take him.
Rieger, Sapp.
Hold on. Yeah,
I like-
don't take Llewellyn yet. Let's look at Rieger because I noticed something when I was looking at him. I can't remember if it was good or bad though.
6'5", 251, pass rush prospect. Number 26, he had major knee injury. That's perfect. Required
Who,
multiple
Rieger?
surgeries. Yeah.
Oh, multiple. Man, that's a bonus. We got bonus.
Yeah,
injuries.
I
from?
would. Yeah, I would get away from this guy.
Yeah.
No, Holmes loves guys like that.
Yeah, I know.
But we do have an option here.
Okay.
Llewellyn,
Can we see?
78.36. Let's go Llewellyn here.
No.
70.
I
What?
don't like
Just
him.
1 second.
78.56.
78.56. Okay. And who do you want to look at, Dan?
I just want to see who the options were at edge. So Rieger, Sapp.
I like Sap too for a
He's
developmental
a little
guy.
bit early.
It's early for him.
What about we haven't taken a linebacker yet, have we?
273.
He's more of like a run stopper.
Yep,
Okay.
that's right.
Have we? What's our? Can you go back and so we can see who we took?
We took. Yep, my picks right here.
No line. We got Caleb.
Linebacker, Kymer. We got their edge finally.
We need a guard, an offensive guard.
Safety guard, tight end. Who's at tight end? Click hit offense.
Yeah.
Nobody in this area. That's great. I like Will Kazmarek in the 7th, but he's kind of an all. He's like he's a Campbell guy.
All right. I gotta move on.
We took a running back, right? Yeah, we took Singleton.
Yep.
So defensive tackle.
I want to go with Llewellyn here.
I don't like him.
Well, I didn't like some of your picks earlier.
Well,
I don't mind
Llewellyn. The numbers say he's not great. That's why I don't like him.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we need to move. We gotta move this on. We gotta move this on.
I say Llewellyn. He's an Iowa guy. He's gonna, you know what you're getting there. And especially in the 6th round.
What the hell is going on with my computer?
I don't know what's going on, guys. We have let's.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's Heidenreich?
All right.
That's too far down. Yeah, we need to roll. Yep.
All right, Llewellyn. I get to pick one.
Yeah.
All right. So 205. We're here. We got our safety from Oregon that Dan mentioned earlier, Kennedy. We were gonna wait till later to pick up a safety.
Probably not a bad pick.
I was gonna say at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me just take a quick look so we can, because I think he's actually rated. He's a 5'10", 181 pound safety, versatile.
He's a versatile kid. He can do corner or safety. He played corner a lot.
Yep. Ole Miss.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Kennedy draft. He's played in some good programs, right? 213. We got Hemby, Moss, TJ Hall.
Tight end, maybe.
Tight end. Well, Hibner at SMU. He's the
Luke Altmaier, quarterback, Illinois.
There you go.
Hibner and Altmaier. We got 2 picks left. So what do you think?
Developmental quarterback, and then last pick of the draft, Jordan Vanderberg, defensive tackle, Georgia Tech.
Make it happen.
Here's who I like as a special teams guy, Damani Jackson.
Haynes King, we've spent a ton of time with him. Is he gone? Quarterback.
Oh, that's right. Is that the Arkansas guy? Is that
Haynes King right here?
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, he has visited with us 2 times.
Oh, he's going to be
Taylor
undrafted.
Green is the Arkansas kid that we had 2 times.
Let's go Haynes King here, and then
Haynes King's going to be undrafted.
He's going to be undrafted.
We'll just make a call to him after the show's over.
Yep. There we go. Yep.
The Arkansas quarterback's gone.
Yep. Altmaier.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Oh, you got Altmaier?
Why'd you take Altmaier?
Yep.
He's crap.
Because Chris voted Altmaier.
He said don't take a quarterback.
Okay.
Okay, and who was your last one, Chris? The guy from Georgia?
Jordan Vanderberg. Defensive tackle, Georgia Tech.
Defensive tackle.
Just because, why not? There he is.
Okay.
He's still there? Or is he gone?
Do you know who that is?
He's undrafted.
I actually know him personally, yes.
Awesome.
He's friends with my son.
6'3", 310.
My son played high school football with him.
Oh, nice.
Well, look at, his scores are not bad at all.
We've got 2 visits with him. Had a visit with Calvin Shepard, and he had another visit as well.
Green Bay, New Jersey Jets, and Tampa Bay. Yeah, I don't know how to get back now.
What'd you do?
Oh wow, we're at the beach, and we know the show's over. All right, guys, we're overtime.
Yeah.
And let's just recap the picks. Brent, give us our Lions mock draft. You unshared your screen, didn't you?
Yep. Let me get back to the page. It popped up another page, so I apologize. Here we go. We're sharing the screen, and the mock draft goes like this.
Hang on, I gotta find you.
There we go. Okay, here you go. From the top, Spencer Fano, D'Angelo Pons, Nicholas Singleton, running back from Penn State, Caleb Alarms-Orr, linebacker, who can run, Nadam Tucker, edge, Western Michigan, Max Llewellyn, Jaden Kennedy, and Luke Altmaier. And then we can
TBD.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say just to put a bow on this, we hoped for more trades. That was the intention of tonight. But listen, sometimes the shows, they don't go especially when you're relying on a computer and AI to make picks and trades for that. But this was clearly we've been doing a number of these things, and we've been getting plenty of trade offers. And what we did learn is there's plenty of value later in the draft. So that's that. But tonight it didn't play out like that. Did we even make one trade tonight, guys?
Nope, because Pittsburgh wouldn't play ball.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And neither would the Vikes.
Accept New England's trade.
That's right. All right, guys, we're going to land this plane. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, for 3 live streams during the draft coverage. And thanks again for joining us. And as always, we love to say at the end of the show, go Lions.
Go Lions.
Go Lions.
All right.
Busted outside left. Jameer down to the 10. Jameer to the 5. Jameer to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
And off Berry, skirts to the left side, breaks a tackle, and he will take it in. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Detroit Lions. That's what I'm talking about. It is caught. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.